Okay, so seeing this really nice place in Vietnam. I still can't pronounce the name, and when I try to, it kind of sounds like I'm saying something bad, like a bad word or something. Anyways, I wanted to dispel a couple of myths here, and one of those myths is that that by Tim Ferriss, that whole 4-hour work week. And I have total respect for the guy. I don't think he's doing anything wrong. I think people just more misinterpret what he wants to say, and there might be a little bit of two sides of that kind of playing into it. But anyways, it's more about being efficient. And there really is, and I haven't found it yet, there really is no kind of business where you can, you know, just work 4 hours a week, or a couple hours a week, or a couple hours a day. I just haven't found it to be true. And you know, I've been to a lot of events, a lot of private mastermind groups of people who are super successful at what they do, and I've never met any one of them who've just worked 4 or 5 or 10 hours a week. So maybe it's possible, but I just haven't run into it. So my reality is that it's currently not possible, and I don't think it is for the majority of people. So when people start their online courses and they're working on building a business, I know you've heard this before, you want to treat it like a business, you want to work it like a business, but understand that, you know, you're going to have to work it like an owner, and an owner of a business is the one who actually works the hardest, especially in the beginning of it. And you know, like for me, an example is that, you know, we're on vacation right now, obviously, but you know, about 13 hours ago we had a little bit of a mishap in my company, so I in turn had to end up working all night long. I couldn't sleep, and had to work all night long and throughout this morning too. And even though I haven't gotten any sleep, I'm staying up because my kids are off. They're doing a little event right now. They're almost done with it. And I want to spend time with them. That's really important. So I'm going to lose a night's sleep because of it. And that's happened before. So, you know, just understand that no matter what you do and whatever kind of online business you start, which I think is one of the best opportunities ever right now, regardless of what you get into, you know, Amazon, Shopify, you know, SEO, whatever you do, if you do it, there's not really a best method out there. The method is the one that you're going to commit to and work really hard to. When you commit and work really hard to it, it's going to happen, but know that you have to have that commitment. It's got to be there. You've got to want it, and you've got to be able to accept turmoil and uncertainty all the time, because that's what happens, and you have to be quick at making decisions. And as long as you're comfortable in that, and no one is when they start out, right? But just learn that you will become comfortable with it. And you know, stuff happens. Merchant accounts get turned off. PayPal accounts get turned off for no really real reason at all. Good employees end up leaving you. Just all kinds of stuff happens, and at the end of the day, you're the one who's accountable for it. You're the one who's got to pick up the pieces and make it happen. So, and no one else will, which leads me to another huge fallacy out there, which is outsourcing, which I think people take it the wrong way. That you can just outsource all the really important decision-making processes in your business, and you just simply can't do that. I see people do that all the time. They end up buying a course and then outsourcing someone else to watch and do the work for them. I haven't seen that work yet. Maybe it does for some, I haven't. The way that I see it work is that you have to understand the job position. You have to do it first yourself so that you can teach and train others for it, and then you can pass it off successfully, as long as you've got really good KPIs so that you can measure that. Okay, so you can measure the performance, and you hire the right people. That's another thing. A lot of people think, you know, they're just going off of price and maybe a little bit of personality or a nice picture. It goes so much farther than that. And I'm speaking from experience. I've made those mistakes myself. So you really need to take it like an HR person. You got to put on different hats. You got to be an HR person, put that hat on, human resources, and look towards hiring the right people. And one person at a time. You got to have KPIs. You got to know how to check and balance what they do and measure their success for your company, because it's vitally important. Your company is made up of the people that you have in it, and you're the leader, and you determine what the message is going to be. You should be able to, they should all clearly know what your goals and your statements are of your business and be on board with that. And no matter the best people that you hire, you're gonna have turnover. That's just the way it is. Especially the good people. The good people will turn over because they're gonna go on to bigger and better things, and they may even start their own companies, and that's okay. You know, encourage that and let that happen, and appreciate them while you have them, and be prepared for their exit out. But anyways, those are just a couple messages out there. Know that you got to work hard, but it's so freaking worth it, because look, even though I had to stay up all night long last night and work and get an ounce of sleep, I still don't have to go to a freaking job. I don't have to answer to anybody except for my customers, and of course they're my bosses, and we answer to them. We're not above them. We eat and I live the way of lifestyle I do because of my customers, and I'm extremely grateful for that. And I want all of my customers to be happy and to succeed for the services that we provide, and I truly and honestly believe that. And anybody who's dealt with my company, I know that they feel that from the feedback that we get. So, but it's so much better than having to go to some kind of JOB and get up in a car and something like that. So maybe I'm working all night, but you know, my wife and my kids, what are they doing? They're fully enjoying this kind of lifestyle you see behind me. And what a wonderful gift, and something that I can provide for them, which you know, as males, we have that inherent feeling that we want to be providers, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's inherent in us, and if we're not providing for others and taking a leadership role, then we feel incomplete, and that's just not. It's not the role we were made to be in, and stuff. And there's no, you know. Anyways, that's a whole other topic I could go off on right now, but I'm not going to. So the clear message here that I'm trying to make, maybe it's not that clear, but is that you can have the freedoms that you want. You can do what you need to do for yourself, for your family, for others, but you got to work your ass off for it, okay? And you got to work smart doing it. Anybody can do it as long as you're committed to doing it, and you're gonna have failures along the way. There's no doubt about it, and there is no straight line. And I know, you know, maybe you've seen those graphs. It's like success is not like this, but it's like and then up like that. I know we've seen that, but I mean, really internalize it, because that is the way it is. But you have to internalize it and understand that that's what happens. You know, last night I had one of these little lines like this, and then it starts to go back up, right? And anyways, so I just want to share those thoughts with you, and I wanted to kind of dispel any of those kind of myths out there, those kind of push button, sound too good to be true kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about, and they're good at it too, right? The people who sell those things are really good at it, and they want you to believe in that stuff. And I'm not saying, you know, some are sincere, some aren't. I'm just saying they're really good at it, but they all, even the good ones, miss the points that I'm making right now, that it's going to take some time and some effort and some sacrifice from you, because anything that's difficult, what it means is there's a huge, gigantic reward on the other side. My name is Chris Winters. Take care. Bye-bye.